Hello again, everyone. Thank you for joining us for session 4 of Virtual Event Success Defined. My name is Vallye Adams, founder and CEO of Edivell Solutions. That's right, it's Elevate spelled backwards, a national consulting firm to help you elevate your revenue, enhance your fundraising events, expand your mission, and more. I am also a very proud female auctioneer and fundraising consultant with Alpert Enterprises.
And I'm Jason Alpert, and ultimately at Alpert Enterprises, what we really try to do is not just be your live auctioneer. Our biggest and most valuable role to any organization we work with is as a fundraising and event consultant. Again, we're going to work with you leading up to your event on all aspects of your event. Obviously, our core competency is in that fundraising portion of the program, but we're going to use the ideas and suggestions that we get from the more than 500 events we've done over the past 10 years to bring them to the table for you to be successful.
Hi, everyone. I'm Joe Girvan, proud member of the Alpert Enterprises team since 2012. Over the last 30 years or so, the majority of my career has been spent in local radio and TV stations, was also a fundraiser along the way and did a little bit of sales. And I'm thrilled that in recent years, I've been able to put those things together as a fundraising auctioneer, fundraising consultant and auctioneer for Alpert Enterprises. So we're with you from start to finish, the months leading up to your event, and certainly on the night of. Jeff?
G'day everyone, my name's Geoff Cowan, and yes, I'm the final team member, if you like, to Alpert Enterprises. And look, one of the things that's really important to us, as we've already pointed out, is we become part of the mission. What's really important that at the end of the evening, whoever's tuned in understands exactly what they've been a part of. And so much so that they've ended up spending more money than they anticipated. That's because we've delivered the message that you want us to deliver, and for them to understand just how incredibly valuable that dollar is. And not only spend more money than they anticipated, but wake up the next morning without any buyer's remorse. If anything, feeling invigorated by the fact that they've invested their money really wisely. And that all comes part of us working with you and putting that messaging together throughout the night.
Thanks, Jeff. So yes, everyone, we've heard it, right? I think the word of the year is pivot, right? The event world has certainly had to pivot, and we've all had to look at things a little differently this year, right? Well, Edivell Solutions and Alpert Enterprises has too. Our incredible team here before you has been a part of transitioning dozens of events to virtual success. We are proud to share with you our knowledge and experience during these 5 individual different sessions. It's a course packed full of success secrets, demos from industry leaders, and proven success methods on how to ensure your in-person event, gala, fundraiser, party with a purpose can be a virtual success. Pick the topic, the session that you'd like to learn a little bit more about. Watch 1, 2, or all 5, because these sessions you can watch live or anytime, and you'll see for yourself how virtual events can and are as mission-driven, fun, engaging, and they are achieving the needed fundraising goals that we need, right? So if you're watching us, thank you so much. Fantastic. You're seeing us, and you know that we're sharing these sessions on social media platforms such as Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And continue to watch, and please share with everyone else. And find and share the pages of Edivell Solutions, Alpert Enterprises, and our team members, Joe Girvan and Jeff Cowan. And we're so proud to help and show you the keys to unlock the door to your virtual event success.
All right, thanks so much, Vallye. I will tell you that we've got 5 sessions. Vallye keeps talking about them throughout this whole introduction. We want to make sure that you know about all 5. And if you've watched the first 3, we're on to number 4 now. You get through this one, and you are 80% of the way done through these seminars, right? And I think we're going to come up with something for anyone who can tell Vallye something about each one of the seminars through social media. We'll come up with some sort of prize or, t-shirt that we'll send you for being part of all of these. So we're excited to have you watching this one, session number 4. I'll tell you what the other ones were, and then I'll tell you what we have coming up. The first session that we had, which was launched on Tuesday, September 29th, was how to take your event virtual from an AV and technology perspective. So that's obviously very important to make sure that your live stream goes out and gets out. Session 2 was mobile bidding. How do you make sure that you get the money? Through the new virtual world, you have to use some sort of technology to capture people's payment when they want to make a donation or a bid. Session 3, that's how to put together a good run of show and a good program and a good script, and then ultimately how to have a good host and a good auctioneer to execute that show for you. Session 4, and we're going to spend a lot of time on this today. This is session 4. This is how to cast a wide net, right? How to put together a good quality marketing plan leading up to your event so that you can cast that net as wide as possible and get as many people to watch. You're no longer bound by the walls of your ballroom of who's going to watch your event. So we're going to talk about how to put together a good marketing plan and how to cast that wide net. And then session 5, which is going to be live on Monday, October 5th. That's where we're going to do a live Q&A session. We want you to ask questions about the first 4 sessions that you've seen that either we touched on something that you want us to expand on, or maybe there's something that you're worried about that somehow during all 4 sessions we didn't get to. That's the time to bring it up again, and we are happy to answer all those questions for you at that time. So those are the 5 sessions as we have put together these seminars for you. Now, you'll learn that we're big on lists. We've got lists for everything, right? The next list we're going to go over are the 4 keys to a successful virtual event. And they really fit into the pockets of the different sessions that we've talked about. But Joe's going to talk about our first key to success.
Sure, we're going to cover AV, or a technology company. And Steve from DCE did a great job in our first session talking about the critical importance of this segment. But I'm going to kind of recap what he talked about and give you, again, some of the keys in this particular area. They are the people, the AV folks are getting us on the air. So without them, what kind of fundraiser do we have? We've got to get on the air. And just as importantly, we've got to stay on the air. And our technological partners have the ability to troubleshoot any issues that inevitably come up during the course of a program. These folks will also help you with the editing of videos, the building of graphics, all the things that are going to make your show, your event look even better. And for us, selfishly, as the auctioneers, they're going to provide us with the monitors to be able to see who's donating, who's bidding, to be able to recognize those donors, to be able to encourage those underbidders to get back on top and try to win those live auction items. So the AV company is critically important in the virtual world.
Absolutely, Joe. Look, I'll take one step further and say, you know, an experienced AV company too. You know, that's one of the things where we go into this whole new era or climate of fundraising. As Joe said, if you've got someone with experience and something happens on the spot, they're there to jump in. Another thing, of course, is the paper chase, getting the money, right? Like in an in-person event, you may have done pen and paper, silent auction, things like that. Mobile bidding is absolutely critical. It really is, because no matter where your supporters and donors are on the planet, they can be a part of that. Bidding on live auction, silent auction, and even donating. They can do it just by a touch of a screen. It's so vitally important. You would have seen Greg from Qtago in session 2, who spoke about it. He's from Qtago. Now, it's a great platform. No matter who you're using, it's just your reassurance. As I said, it sort of cuts down the work that we have to do afterwards. And certainly from our point of view, we work with you so hard and you work so hard towards the night. We want to make sure that we get every single dollar. The old saying is, we ain't got the money till we got the money. And when it comes to mobile bidding, Vallye, well, they help us get the money, don't they?
They sure do. They sure do, Jeff. What would we do without them? So our third key in session 3 that we spoke about was success secrets on how to have an amazing virtual run of show, right? We shared ways to elevate the content, making sure to have a clean, time-effective program, showcase and weave the mission throughout your program, and create a fun and engaging program in different segments for your attendees. And then at the end, we shared how to really tie the bow around the virtual package by having a professional, dynamic MC auctioneer to help steer your virtual event to success. So, right, it's a TV production now. If you want to learn how to make it a great show, make sure that you check out session 3, our third key.
All right, now here we are in session 4. Session 4 is about how do you get people to watch? And I think that's the thing that people are grappling with the most, because ultimately you can hire someone to be your AV company, to be your mobile bidding company, and to be your host auctioneer and write your script. But it's really hard just to say to someone, hey, get people to watch, right? And that's where we're really going to come in with ideas and suggestions to set that up. How do we put together a comprehensive plan to get people to tune in? So let's go ahead, and as we tee it off, another one of our lists. Joe, you want to start?
Yeah, Jason, and I think one of the things that we really need to highlight when we talk about the virtual event is the global nature of it. It's one of the best things about the virtual world. We are not encumbered by any sort of lines around the state, around the country. You could be talking to donors in Australia during your live event. Helpful if you have an Australian auctioneer in this case. But what I need you to do is have a strategic plan, okay? You're going to reach out to your donors strategically, deliberately over the course of weeks, if not months. And so you need to have a plan about how you're going to do that. going to touch these donors via social media, via email, via snail mail? Do you have a select group of 10 or 15 or 20 donors that you're actually going to get on the phone, old school style? So being able to do all of these things, to be able to contact these donors regularly, deliberately in the weeks and even months leading up to your event will be off on the night of.
Absolutely. Look, and the other thing is getting people involved. How are you going to get your sponsors, your supporters, and your committee to all get involved? Really what it comes down to is this wonderful grassroots promotions that we're talking about, using the social media to really tap into this much broader audience that we all want to get to. You know, it's a big net, right? So one of the big things about that is obviously tempting these businesses who want to donate even more, because they now understand, or we want them to understand, that there's a much bigger audience that's going to be tuning in, as opposed to say 2 or 3 or 4 or 500 people in a room. And it's going to open the door right open to make sure that their marketing dollars are going to be used very, very wisely. There's no doubt that a big audience means huge potential. You got, of course, the Facebook post. One of the things we suggest you can do is actually get your sponsors to come in and do a Facebook post promoting the night itself. And so not only do you put them in the spotlight, not only do you make them feel good, as we all well should, because these events can't happen without that sponsorship, but also the hope is that they then take that link or that post and they put it onto their social media. And again, we're casting that so much further out, because we obviously want our true supporters and lovers and supporters and donors that have been there before. But this is a huge opportunity to open up the door to so many other people out there. So one of the things that we do about sprinkling that event through, or themes through the night, we did an MDA event where we had people toasting to people that were significant in their lives, that have had some effect or have been contacted by MDA itself. A talent show, maybe the school, you're doing a school, you've got a school or event where you have a talent show, or a very incredibly talented employee base, they could do a talent show, and you just do little video clips and sprinkle those through the presentation. Keeping people engaged, getting people to click and watch, and getting people to be involved. That's what it's all about, because our program is quick, but at the same time, it's profitable. So there are a couple of ideas as to how to get people engaged.
I love that. Thanks, Geoff, so much. And you know what I'm hearing too, and I think is a huge misconception about these virtual events, is that they are not sponsorable. I'm hearing sponsors will not go for this. This year is not good, so we won't be able to secure the sponsors or any sponsors at all. All of this is absolutely not true. As you've heard us say countless times, again and again, and we're going to keep saying it because it's so true, the virtual world is allowing us to cast this net so much further. More attendees, more viewers, more chances to share your impact of your organization, right? So when you have more people to see, hear, and feel your mission, you of course have ways to raise more money, right? The necessary funds to reach the fundraising goals that we need to help you reach. So this is very enticing, and it should be for your sponsors, past partners, past sponsors, new ones, and they're going to reach a wider audience themselves, right? This is an opportunity for them to reach more people, get more business, gain additional reach, and even possibly national, or as we said, like worldwide viewers, right? To showcase their brand, all while aligning themselves with your organization's mission and impact. Again, it's a win-win. So how can you leverage and maximize sponsorships and partnerships? I have a list that, well, like we said, we all have our list. So 1, create a sponsorship package, right? Include various levels of engagement opportunities. Yes, okay, this year is a little different. However, some businesses are thriving and some have dollars and they're looking for ways to promote themselves and drive people back to them, drive people to their business. So you are their vessel to make this happen. Offer levels of support that perhaps are a little lower that you've had in the past. Don't hesitate to do that, but don't be afraid to go for the higher dollar levels as well, right? Don't be afraid of the ask. That's so important. Again, another misconception. What we need to do is change our mindset. It's not an ask, it's an offer. It's an offer of support to your mission, to your organization at a time that is needed now more than ever. Sponsors, donors, your partners, they are wanting to be part of something good right now. They are wanting to be a part of bringing happiness and light to a world that needs it so much. So give them this offer and this opportunity to do so with your organization. Make sure you're reaching out to all of your supporters. Think of new organizations that you align with, have ties to your mission, or believe in what you stand for. Ask your board and your committee for connections. Ask them to make introductions for you. Again, don't be afraid of that ask. It's an offer for support. Re-examine your benefits. A little bit to piggyback off what Geoff said. Remember, sponsorships are our most effective and renewable when they offer a great ROI, a great return on their investment for their marketing dollars. Make sure to create a partnership, a win-win for them, focusing on the benefits that they are looking for, that they need for their organization or business. What resources does your organization have to benefit sponsors, to benefit your partners, right? Is it visibility? Is it program connections? Think resources. What do you have to offer? And then share them. And then finally, once you secure your sponsors, offer them something amazing. Find virtual ways to engage, promote them on your event websites, share their brand in all of your pre-marketing materials, right? Give them shout outs on social media leading up to and during the event. Offer for them to shoot the short video, like Geoff said, and make a toast. Want to make sure that your sponsors feel appreciated, showcasing their brand, their services, and their support.
All right, listen, I will tell you, if you listen closely there, I think Geoff might have given an amen under his breath a few times, didn't you?
Sorry. There was
Just
a lot
a
of
little
stuff. Sponsors are so important, you guys. We got to really make sure we cover that list. Sorry.
It's so important. I will tell you, so many of these things that specifically that Geoff and Joe talked about, you might have thought to yourself, like, how does that impact my pre-event marketing, right? When you have people send in content that's going to be in the program, that's marketing. That's getting people to do things ahead of time that they're going to tune in to watch. They're going to tell their friends and family to tune in to watch because they're then going to be part of the program. Geoff mentioned those Toast 2 videos, and we love those because ultimately they're all pre-recorded. They're 5 to 7 seconds. I toast to life-saving research. I toast to, and they mention someone who's been involved in this program, who is supported by this program, or maybe has passed from a disease that this program supported, and ultimately they're still fighting the good fight. So those sorts of things, we love the Toast 2 videos if we can get them in there. We like to encourage people ahead of time to register for the program ahead of time. This is all that pre-event marketing. If you register for the program early, if you register for the mobile bidding site, maybe we'll give a prize. The first 50 people who register are eligible for XYZ prize. So find ways to incentivize people to register early. We have used what's called the hashtag grabber. And the hashtag grabber basically is a software platform that allows any post to Instagram or Twitter that uses your hashtag that you promote to be pulled in during the program, and you can show them live during the program. So encourage people to use social media to post what's going on during the program. Allow your host of your program to interact with them. You can also, I had one group there, they registered a Google voice phone number just so they had a dummy number that people could text a photo to. And people were texting in photos during the program. Your AV company, if they're good, they can quickly take that photo, put it up on the screen, and you can acknowledge the people who are being part of your program. Encourage people to get dressed up. If you have a theme for your event, encourage them to get dressed up and continue to send in the information so you can see them and whatnot. There's some brands out there that I did one particular event where we did the best pair of shoes that someone was wearing. They do the best of shoe award, right? And ultimately people sent in pictures of their shoes, and we still got their best in shoe award. So don't be afraid to try to do things before the event to incentivize people during the event to integrate with the program as much as possible. Try to treat this just like your gala night, just like your fundraiser night. Some organizations are still sending out paper invitations because they want people to have it in their hand. They do a save the date. They want them to put it on a magnet and put it on their refrigerator or wherever they keep those sorts of things in their house. Treat this just like a gala night. Market it ahead of time and hit it hard. And if you do hit it hard, just like getting people in a room for an in-person gala, you're going to see the success of having those people show up in your room, which in this case is cyberspace, to watch your event.
Perfect. Thanks, Jason. And I'm really excited and proud right now to introduce you to someone who knows firsthand the results from properly pre-marketing your event. She is going to share with you some successful ideas and tips on how to ensure your guests, attendees tune in, and where and how to market to your audiences. This is absolutely an important key to ensuring the overall success of your virtual event. Please join me in welcoming Shannon Sloan from Sloan Design.
Thank you, Jason and Vallye. As I mentioned, my name is Shannon. I am the owner of Sloan Design, an events and communications company here in St. Petersburg. So I'm here today to talk to you about promoting your virtual event. So let's get started. I want to start with the basics. So marketing is all about reaching the right people with the right message at the right time. So today we're going to dive into that a little bit more. When talking about the right people, we want to make sure that you are leveraging all of your invitation lists. So you are taking all of your donors from the last 3 to 5 years, everyone who came to events, everyone who donated auction items or donated, larger gifts. You want to make sure that your list is up to date and it's in all of your email databases, you're engaging with them on social, and you're reaching them at all of the touch points that you can. Another idea are our new guests and cultivating new donors. So you can do this by a lead generation email campaign and getting new emails to sign on board to your email list. And then also you can do really targeted social media posts. So this Facebook Manager has a platform where you can get really granular in your ads and really hit certain demographics with keywords and zip codes and giving, so you can really reach a new audience that may be interested in your brand. And the last one is current ambassador. So I think this is one of the most underutilized audience segments in the nonprofit clients that I have. So these are your staff, board, committee, community partners. These people are already your cheerleaders. They're your ambassadors. They love you. They love their mission. They're invested. So it's time to really leverage those relationships and get them to be your mouthpieces. I say really build them a marketing package that they can email out to their friends and coworkers and really spread some awareness about your event. So next is the right message. I always tell my nonprofit clients to find your unique selling position. Now we're getting invitations to virtual events almost every weekend. So we really need to learn how we can stand out and get more people to engage with our event. So I've identified some of the things here that I think are great. Obviously your mission, people feel excited about what you do. But I think one of the things that we can really improve on is talking about the impact that their dollar has when they're signing on for your event. So what is that guest ticket able to give to your mission? And I think that you can really hone in on that to get more people excited about purchasing a ticket or getting involved. Also, event theme. You may be able to reach a new audience this way. I had a client with a Kentucky Derby themed event, and we were able to really capitalize on the Derby and all of the fun stuff happening virtually with that. So it's a great way to reach a new audience as well. Auction items and chance drawings are another way to really, show your unique selling position. So if you have some really high-end value items or really unique items, you really want to give them their own platform and put them in emails and social media posts and really promote your event that way. And lastly, special guest and programming. So this one's really important to make you stand out. Again, we're getting invited to all of these events. What makes yours different? Do you have a keynote speaker? Do you have a virtual concert? If you don't, it's probably a great time to start thinking about that and really deciding how you can, be different than the other nonprofits. And lastly is the right time. So I really think that everyone should get a marketing calendar right away, kind of build a structure. It can even be in an Excel spreadsheet of just when you're going to start promoting tickets and emails and social media. So I say take an hour or two out of your day and really build that calendar because it is the foundation for a successful promotion for your event. And again, with tickets and event pages, I say do that as soon as you have the details. When you have the time or place and your theme, all of that stuff, just get it out there so people can save the date. Next is emails. So I say begin your email campaign 6 to 8 weeks out. That's a great time to kind of really start revving up for your event. The best open rate is midweek. So Wednesdays and Thursdays are a really good day to send out your emails. So make sure you do that in your marketing calendar. And then they say the sweet spot for nonprofit industry is 9 to 11 a.m. or 1 to 3 p.m. when you're sending out those emails. I know a lot of nonprofits kind of just do it once it's all approved by everyone, but really kind of build that strategy of when people are opening emails. So we want to do it in the morning or that mid-afternoon. Social media, you can make it cohesive with your email campaign. So you can do that 6 to 8 weeks out as well. And you can really mimic the same messaging there so that you're hitting additional touch points with your same audience. And then every page is different on Facebook Analytics. So there is an Insights tab on Facebook. Go in there and see when your audience is online and build your campaign and post your posts on those dates and times. So that's all I have today. Again, feel free to contact me if you have any questions. I'm here to help. I'm Shannon with Sloan Design. Turning it back over to you, Jason and Vallye. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Yeah. Nice, Shannon. Well done.
All right, Shannon. Thank you so much, Shannon Sloan from Sloan Design. We're so honored and just excited to share that with everyone. And this really wraps it up for session 4. So we hope that this key and all of these great success secrets from Shannon will actually help you run your virtual show and unlock this other key and door to ensure you elevate and host a very successful virtual event. Thank you so much, Jason, Joe, and Jeff, our incredible team at Alpert Enterprises. And make sure to turn into session 5, where it's going to be a rapid fire Q&A with our awesome team. And again, like Jason said, if you tune into all the sessions and you come on session 5, let us know. We're going to find a special prize for you. So again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you for session 5 Q&A. Thanks so much.
Bye, everyone.